There now follows a government statement on the current employment figures.
Oh, dear. Oh, dear, oh, dear, oh, dear. Oh, God.
Constable, pull yourself together. Let's have you back in line.
I can't go back there, Sergeant.
I'm not a sergeant, I'm the chief constable.
Oh, sorry, sir. I didn't realise I'd run so far back.
Hello and welcome to University Challenge, and this week we welcome back a team from Parkhurst Prison, Isle of Wight. Jack the Raisin McLeod, Mad Axeman Malloy, and Roy Acid-Bath Peters, all reading sociology with the Open University. And their team captain, Lenny the Trousers Stevenson, doing a postgraduate course in writing pompous letters to the Times.
Good evening.
And their challenger, from Worwood Scrubs, Dr. James Stocks, Professor Reggie Stocks, Dr. Ronnie Stocks, and Booker Prize winner Wally Cook.
Hello.
They were formerly the notorious Lambeth Garage Poisoners and are now all reading chemistry at the University of Warwick. And the subject of the first round is London, your starter for 10, no conferring. Who was responsible for the shooting of Alec the Horse Bomperini on or about the 6th of July, 1978?
Parkhurst Stevenson.
Wide Boy Dixon.
Wide Boy Dixon, a very plausible answer, Parkhurst. I can let you have a full 10 years remission there. Now, three questions, 5 years each, you may confer. He was thought to have been involved in the Blackheath security van heist.
That's the dog, Reggie the Dog Trubshaw.
Reggie the dog. Very well grasped indeed there, Parkhurst. And the second question, where is he hiding now? I'll have to hurry you.
We're not sure. We'll have a guess. 31 Avenue des Anglais, Nice.
Yes, I can believe that. And finally, were the Lambeth Poisoners also responsible for a string of bank raids in July 1979?
No.
I can give you some help here. Nice hotel in Rio, change of identity protection, 60,000 to secret bank account.
Yeah, they did it, yeah.
to embarrass me or what? There are some very influential people in here. Society people. And you don't catch them trying to drink with a bloody beer mat on the end of their glass. Just try and act sophisticated, even if you're not.
Oh, it's time once again for two perfectly ordinary families to pit their perfectly ordinary wits against themselves in a perfectly ordinary bout of mental arm wrestling by Jiminy. Taking part tonight are the Brainy family from Croydon. Mr. Giles Brainy is a quantity surveyor.
Hello.
His wife, Serena Brainy, is a quantity surveyor.
Hello.
And their children are Julian, 16, and Nigel, 15, who are quantity surveyors.
Hello.
Into the lists against them are the smart-ass family from Cambridge. Mr. Giles Smart-ass is a quantity surveyor.
Hello.
His wife, Serena Smart-ass, is a quantity surveyor. And their children are Julian, 16, and Nigel, 15, who are both quantity surveyor. We're now going to show you a perfectly ordinary BBC programme about quantity surveying. Mr. Smartass, how many quantity surveyors were to the left of the bird with the big tits?
25. Do you want them in the bag?
Oh, yes. Please, yes. In the back.
Yeah?
Have you got something about that long? Sort of that thick. Made of wax.
Yeah?
Well, you better light it then, we're cutting your electricity off.
I'd like to ask you a few questions.
Yes.
Did anyone see you entering your house?
No?
Milord, there's one thing very vital lacking from Mrs. Pinterman's account so far, and that is the alibi. The alibi is what we're looking for. So where is the alibi?
What is the alibi?
Yes, Mr. Davis, perhaps you'd like to explain to the court the precise meaning of this word.
An alibi, my lord, is defined as being a plea that when an act took place, one was elsewhere.
Oh, an alibi.
Is that what you mean, Mr. Davis?
My lord, are we going to let phonetic discrepancies deter us from the facts? The facts are no one saw Mrs. Pinterman entering her house, and ultimately she has no alibi.
She has no alibi.
Aha, even my learned counsel for the defense admits it. His client is guilty.
What are you talking about?
Gwilt! Gwilt! Even her very identity is in doubt. Mrs. Pinterman, have you or have you not in the past gone under an alias? What? Have you used an alias, my lad? The question is crucial.
But we don't understand the question, Mr. Davis. What is an alias?
An alias? An alias? I can scarcely believe my ears. It's a common enough legal term.
I've never heard of it.
Well, I'll refer you to any number of standard reference works. Goldsmith, Armitage, and Berlin, Teach Yourself Law, Book 4. The Open University Criminology Course, Part 1. The Perry Mason Book for Boys, 1962. An alias is defined as the assumption of an alternative identity for nefarious purposes.
Nefarious purposes?
Precisely, my lord. We have heard it all end that this woman visited her spouse on that fatal night.
Fatal night.
And her whole testimony is little more than a tissue of lies.
A tissue, a tissue.
Yes, my lord.
Quiet! This case has been one of the most difficult and embarrassing of my long career. You are an evil and malicious young trollop who has willfully committed an evil crime, and yet you have come to this court and without any consideration forced this unfortunate young man to behave like a cross between a human vegetable and Ronnie Barker. You are someone who wantonly thrusts herself upon men for sexual fantasy wherever you may find them. Perhaps you'd like to join me for lunch.
Excuse me, I'd like a coffee, please.
Cappuccino, espresso.
Cappuccino.
Cappuccino.
Mrs. Thatcher has again intervened to stop British athletes going to Moscow.
And fears for President Carter's sanity increase after he was seen at a protest rally calling for his own resignation.
Even for international statesmen, dental hygiene can be a real problem. Come the big day, other world leaders keep their distance. In today's world, halitosis and trench mouth can make the difference between peace and war. It took a Nobel Prize winner to crack the problem. And now, with Dr. Menachem Begin's kosher gum salve, you can feel confident. When it works. Time after time. Let Dr. Begin put your money where your mouth is. Works for armpits, too.
And now lot 174, gentlemen. The Cayman Penny Blue. And I don't think I need to say anything more about it than that. The Cayman Penny Blue. So I'll take the bidding at $1 million, please. $1 million. $1 million. $1.5 million. $2 million. $2 million. $2.5 million. $2.5 million. $3 million. $3 million. $3.5 million. $4 million. $4 million. $4.5 million. $5 million. $5 million. $5.5 million. $6 million. $6 million. $6 million. $6.5 million. $7 million. $7 million. $7.5 million. $7.5 million. $8 million. $8 million. $8 million. $8 million. $8 million back. Thank you. And now, lot 175, another Cayman Blue. Anyone?
First-class stamps are to go up to 12p. That's 2p for postage and 10p for storage.
Air safety. In new regulations put into force today, the Federal Aviation Authority have withdrawn 20% of all aeroplanes and put them out to stud.
Do go on.
Well, the lights went out first, and then the no smoking and the fasten seatbelt sign came on. And then everything just dropped, really.
Now, it was after 3 weeks without food that you finally decided that you had to...
Yes. We put it off for as long as we possibly could.
It was just essential, you know, for survival. Food was essential, and so we had a couple of meetings. I think if it had not been a total vote in favour, that we would have
Yeah.
And who took the lead, if that isn't an unfair question?
We all did.
But mainly me. I was the hungriest.
I believe you prayed.
We all did. Before...
Please do go. Do go on if it's not too painful.
So, well, I had a pocket knife, and I went in to the aeroplane, and I brought some back.
And what did you eat first?
I don't remember. I don't.
The baby gherkins.
Yeah, it was the baby gherkins.
And then the individual cheese portion. And then the ham. And it still had a little tin baby pear on it. And finally, the puddings.
And how did you feel after you'd eaten the airline food?
Awful. But it was our only chance, you know?
I mean, we'd already eaten the other passengers.
Fielded by Richardson. And that brings it to 194 for 3. And 20 minutes
Oh, no.
We regret to announce that Bernard Manning, the comedian who was warned by his doctors to lose 5 stones or die, has today lost 5 stones.
Good evening, sir. May I take your coat for you?
Please, yes.
Would you like me to take your jacket for you?
Yes, please.
British Museum as being a rather dark and stuffy place that's full of mouldy old relics that don't mean anything to anybody. Well, the other day I went over there to find out if it was really true, and I made 2 new friends, Jean-Pierre and Hugo. Hugo, what do you think of the British Museum?
Well, it's an interesting building, isn't it? Its primary purpose is, of course, functional.
Right.
Really, it's a sort of large container of treasures rather than a treasure itself.
Right. Jean-Pierre, you seem not to agree with me.
Of course I don't agree. Who is this man? He is an insult to me.
Right, well, what do you think of the British Museum, then?
Me, I am disgusted by it, of course. Who is this man, Hugo? Its primary purpose is, of course, functional. What a load of willies! Its primary purpose is, of course, sexual. It is a massive assertion of the phallic power of London. These huge columns plunging into Mother Earth.
That's a rather unorthodox point of view, isn't it?
Unorthodox? Who would not be unorthodox in a country like this where everyone is so repressed? Prince Charles, he gets married in St. Paul's. This enormous titty. The biggest titty in the world. And who mentions it? No one. No one!
Well, if I may say so, I mean, anyone who's watching this is going to think that you're completely potty.
Putty? Of course I am putty. Who would not be a putty in a country where the Houses of Parliament are erected in the shadow of something called Big Ben that every hour says dong?
Aren't you just you're sex mad.
Who will not be sex mad in a country where they erect an enormous phallus in the centre of London and call it Nelson's Column? Nelson's Column? Pah! It is Nelson's Willy. That's what it is, Nelson's Willy. A huge, massive private part exposed to the air, penetrating the skies in the hope that the Union will produce another Nelson with another phenomenally large Willy. And all people say the post office tower. The post office tower? Pah! It is a post office prick.
Brave and tireless. On the road, you can listen to the wireless. On the road, you eat cafe food with pride. You can throw it outside.
The greatest kick in trucking, apart from knocking down a biker, is swinging off a roundabout and picking up a hiker. You're chatting up that piece of skirt who's sitting by your side. Then pop the crucial question:
a ride for a ride.
His little load and meets another trucking down the road. You must be tough and ruthless, and the rumors that we're gay are reckless. On the road, you can wear your shirt sleeves rolled. You eat chocolate when it's from behind. We like to sneak up on you from behind. Never mind if you hit them now. We like trucking and we like to truck. We like trucking, if you don't like trucking, We like trucking and we like to truck.
Whoa! You drove like that on a public highway, you deserve to be called a raving maniac. 5 years I was in the police force, and quite honestly, I've never seen anybody drive in quite...
Just a second, Sir Robert, that was fine, Yes. There's just one small thing. If you could emphasise the road safety aspect of it slightly more than you were there in your own words. If you could emphasise the fact that tyres are more about safety than about danger. If you remember your script, yes. I'm convinced that this is a major contribution to road safety. Let's try it just on your spot there. Okay, let's rehearse it, and
yes.
Rehearsal.
I am convinced that this is...
That's right.
I'm convinced that this is a major contribution to
road safety.
To road safety. I am convinced.
You are?
I am convinced this is a major contribution to road safety. I am convinced